So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually start showing you how to lay out a coaching program. The first thing we're going to talk about here is the coaching model. And the coaching models we're going to talk about are very simple. There are 3 different things that you can do as far as coaching. You can do one-on-one coaching, you can do group coaching, or you can do mixed, which is a combination of both. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over all 3 of these. I'm going to give you some pros and cons to them and kind of give you some insights. Of course, the first thing that you can do is one-on-one coaching. And a lot of people are going to be interested in doing that. Now I can tell you, I've done a lot of one-on-one coaching, and there are tremendous benefits to it. You do get a lot of immediate gratification and you do get feedback. But there are a lot of drawbacks as well, and we're going to kind of go over some of these. In my opinion, the biggest issue with one-on-one coaching is simply you're selling your time for dollars. You only have so many hours in the day you can coach, and what's going to happen is you're going to quickly fill up the amount of spots that you have where you're going to be able to coach. The other problem with this is ultimately you're literally going to be on the phone anywhere from 6 to 8 hours a day if you fill up all of your time, and you're going to get burnt out really, really quickly. The other problem is what you're going to find is a lot of the things you're coaching on are, mindset and people not being able to get out of their own way. And dealing with that kind of problems over a long period of time will have an effect on you. And again, at the beginning of this thing, I told you all to get a coach. You're going to need one. You're going to need someone to talk to about the issues you're going through in doing this. And you're also going to need one to see how the structure works. And in my opinion, you really do want to get a coach. But like I said, in my opinion, the bottom line here is the one-on-one system is not the best model at all. If you're going to do one-on-one coaching, there are a couple of things you should do. If you're going to do one-on-one coaching, schedule all of your calls for 1 or 2 days. Have coaching calls on Mondays and Tuesdays. And if you have to go into Wednesdays, that's fine too. But do not do one-on-one coaching 5 days a week. If you're going to do one-on-one coaching, you really need to take a look at 15 or 20-minute increments, because the bottom line is if you're doing 45-minute to 1-hour increments, you're only going to be able to take on so many clients. And so like I said, there are some benefits to it, and you can certainly make some money doing one-on-one coaching, but I can tell you, it's not a $1 million model. It's going to be very, very difficult to make $1 million in 2 or 3 years even doing one-on-one coaching. So what we're going to do, we're going to talk about group coaching. We're going to speak on that for a few minutes, and then we're going to talk about different types of mixed models that you can do. Group coaching is an excellent opportunity, and when you're actually coaching people in a group setting, what this gives you the ability to do, it gives you the ability to multiply your time and make more money. Because the bottom line, if you're doing group coaching, even if you're doing on a bridge line or in a room, ultimately you can have 100 people or 200 people or even 300 people, and you're selling the same amount of time, but you're getting a lot more money from it. The best thing about group coaching is you're leveraging your time, and you're creating a situation where your model is scalable. You can bring in as many people as you want, and you're not going to run out of time. There are a couple of drawbacks to group coaching. Now, one of the things about group coaching is you're not going to have that intimacy that you're going to have working with someone one-on-one. Now, this is the other thing. If you're doing group coaching and you're wanting to do breakout sessions and workshops, and you're wanting to actually create a situation where you have a dialogue with people, I'll be honest with you, that works really well up to around 50 people. So if you're in a group of 50 people, you can still have a little bit of a conversation with the group. But I can tell you, when you're at 100 or 150 people, there's really no dialogue. You're going to be in a situation where it's going to be mostly lecture and then question and answer. It's very, very difficult to set up a structure where you're having discussion with people and there's 200 people in the room. Now I'm going to go over the reasons you want to be thinking about this. One of the things that we sell is that interaction that the people get in the group. So if you have a group of people, say 25, and they're in a room or they're on a call, and they get their moment in the sun, and they get to speak, and they get to tell their story, and they get feedback from the people in the room, there's a lot of value in that, and people pay good money for it. Sometimes that's all the value that they want. They want an opportunity to be heard. They want an opportunity to get an opinion. And they want to feel like they're having a one-on-one conversation with you, even though there are 25 people in the room. The problem is you just can't do that with 100 or 150 people. Now I'm going to tell you a way you can do it though. What you can do is you can sell large coaching groups. You can have a quarterly meeting where everyone's in the group together. And then what you can have is possibly monthly meetings where you're breaking these groups up into smaller groups where you have 200 people in a group, but you have 4 different groups with 50 people in each group, and you meet with one of them each month. There's a lot of different ways you can do that. I can tell you though, if you create a situation where you've got 150 people or 200 people in a group, like I said, you don't have the intimacy. You're going to have to do a lot more to keep them involved and motivated to stay in the group. But the bottom line, I think, is hands down, it's better than one-on-one coaching. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on and we're going to talk about mixed groups for a few minutes. Mixed groups, in my opinion, are probably the best way to actually create coaching programs. Mixed groups are essentially a situation where you have some one-on-one coaching time with them, and then you have group coaching time with them. Now, you have to do this strategically. You have to sell your one-on-one coaching time in this thing in 15-minute spots, and they might only get 15 minutes every week or 15 minutes every month. And it's going to be a situation where they can call you to go through those things that they really need the most help with. Now, the other thing that you can do is you can build a coaching gym into this thing where they have time where they can call in and speak with you one-on-one if they're having issues 2 hours a day on Wednesday and Thursday. So the coaching gym's going to be open on Wednesday and Thursday from like say 7 to 9 or something, and people are going to be able to call in and ask questions. They're going to be able to call in and speak with you one-on-one. I think that's a little bit better model than having people scheduled to call in at a certain time. And we're going to talk about that further down the road here. But in my opinion, creating a mixed group is the best situation for you because it does give these people an opportunity to speak with you one-on-one if they have issues. And also, it gives you the ability to expand your network and have larger coaching groups by actually having more people in a room or more people on a call. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on and we're going to talk about delivery methods.